안녕하세요 여러분, 엠비어시예요. 오늘 토픽 준비에 대해서 저의 학습 방법을 알려드리도록 하겠습니다. Go go! So, hello everyone, this is Emrosi and I will explain in English how I prepared for TOPIK Exam 2 and passed on level 5 in just 2 months on my own. So if you want to know my recommendations for resources as well as study practice, then keep on watching until the end of this video where I give my actual tips and recommendations. So, let's get started. My story is that I studied for TOPIK alone in 2 months. I had insane amount of practice and insane amount of self-discipline to achieve my goal. So if you are like me, then you can use these tips to really prepare for the TOPIK exam in your own amount of time. I did a lot of research and I was consistent throughout the process. I took this exam very seriously and I did my very best to prepare for it and hopefully to pass on the level that I set myself as a goal. Chapter 1 of this video would be about the preparation for the exam. So what do you need to do for the preparation part is, I would say first, have your goal. So set a why and reason, so reason and a goal, and then a plan B for what happens when you don't pass. So for example, my reason is I want to know my level, my goal is to pass on level 5, and if I don't pass this time, then I will take the exam again and take my time to prepare and I will hopefully pass on a higher level. Next, I would determine the time that I need to take to get to my goal and also determine my level of Korean. So, to determine the level of Korean, you of course take a past paper exam, so then you know kind of what kind of level are you on. And to determine the time, you would set a timer when you study for the test, so that you kind of know how much time do you take for each exercise. So to improve the speed of your exam solving, you will know where to focus, what's your weakest point and what's your strongest point that you can get loosely on, and the weaker point you need to really practice and really make a lot of effort to obviously improve. Next, I would say a very important thing is to do actual research on the exam, because you need to know the composition of the exam, the time, the points from which level begins. So for example, level 4 will be 150 points, level 5 will be 190 points, and level 6 will be 230 points that you need to have as a minimum to pass TOPIK on regarding level. So research the exam. Then make a study plan. Study plan is something that each one of you would make individually regarding your daily schedule, your abilities in Korean, your lacking points, and the time that you have to actually study, and the time that you have from the starting point to the point where you actually are going to pass the exam. So study plan is only for you. Number 2 will be resources. So no exam preparation goes without a good resources. I would recommend, number 1, any TOPIK book on the market that you have heard good reviews on. So for example, in my case, Hot TOPIK. Also, I would recommend mock tests from official government website for the TOPIK, as well as other websites that provide you with mock tests. Also, I would recommend taking past papers. So that would be the resources, as well as any good books or resources of the TOPIK that are your weak point, for example, grammar books. And also YouTube videos that explain how to solve each question on the test. So number 3 is to match the resources and your study plan according to your level that you determine by taking a past paper, tracking down the time, tracking down the amount of things you know when you don't know. Next thing, so 4th tip is to actually take a lot of notes. A lot of notes. Every time you see new word or new grammar, note it down a few times to practice your muscle memory, and then review it as much as you can. Best reviewing practice will be to incorporate, for example, new word into a new sentence, and then the sentence incorporate it in your life somehow. So let's say you learn the word 고급스럽다, which means advanced, or advanced, I would say. So you incorporate a grammar to it, for example, im으로, and you will say into a sentence together. So for example, 열심히 공부하는 습관으로 고급스러운 오히려 많이 외웠습니다. Or something like this. I just give you any example that came to my mind right now. But this is, for example, how you would incorporate repetition into a daily life. So one tip of incorporating studying when you have a very, very busy daily routine, I can do it on my own example because I had a very busy schedule when I was taking the tests last year in April. My routine was wake up, prepare in 1 hour, go to work for 9 hours, then take a bus home, that took 1 hour, and then the remaining time I had was from just coming home, eating dinner maybe, and going to sleep. So this was my routine. I suppose that a lot of you guys have similar routines. So I would say first thing first, when you wake up and go to work and you have a very long journey from point A to B, I would say listen to podcasts, review your vocabulary, watch YouTube videos on how to solve topic questions. Then at work, revise vocabulary that you learned. And on your way home, also listen to podcasts and watch YouTube videos how to use the on reading or writing, how to solve questions. And then when you go home, you take your mock exams, your past papers or topic books, topic preparation books, and you just do it until you pass out. No, I'm joking. You just do it for however time you set yourself to do it. My next tip, number 5, would be when you are actually solving the topic questions or any book questions, don't do it on your own. Use the Hegel chip that is in your book. I'm sure there will be like answer key. Use the answer key, look up solutions, consult with your Korean friends or tutors if you have any. Just don't rely on your mistakes solely. Just be sure to check what is the correct answer, and when you have the correct answer, you wanna make up a similar question and take the pattern from the answer, for example, grammatical sentence pattern, and try to make up with a similar answer on the similar question that you made up, if that makes sense. So just try to practice the new grammar that you learn from the people or the answer key in a different way, so that you really have it in your head. So when you see that question, you at least know the pattern for the answer. For listening, I would say a lot of podcasts, a lot of conversations with Korean people, if you can. A lot of YouTube, a lot of music and TV shows in Korean that will really help you. You can also listen to the audiobooks. For writing practice, I would say write a daily diary using the advanced vocabulary that you learned the day before, and also the grammar. I would say for writing also just look up newspapers or read a lot of Korean books to see how to form advanced sentences, and also mock tests and topic books. For reading practice, again, I would look up, for example, Naver news and read them, because there's a lot of hanja that they use in the headlines of the news, as well as throughout the whole article. Sometimes this will be only hanja and different grammar that you've never seen before. Take memos of this. That will be very, very beneficial, because all of what is in the news appears on the exam. So news sites are your best friend for now. Also, I would say when you are taking notes from the articles, try to do it like all about environment pollution and then the words. All about misemonji and then the words. All about history and culture and all the words you learned. And try to look at them as much as you can. So now let's get to my recommendations. So everything that I would recommend to a person studying right now for a TOPIK exam, I recommend you to take the test seriously. First thing first, take it seriously. Make it your number one priority for now. Second, I would say have a lot of self-discipline and be consistent. So if you are actually studying for the test and you are also studying Korean, so you are not done with your studying journey, but you're also preparing for the test, I would say invest in a very good source, not sponsored or anything, And when you are buying the book, also buy the workbook. Workbook has a lot of exercises to help you memorize the vocabulary and grammar. Number 2 is literally any topic book. There is a lot of discussions online. Which one is better? Which one did you use? This one will prepare you better. This one will prepare you better. Honestly, I think as long as you have a lot of sources and a lot of self-discipline, any book will do. I used this. TOPIK. There are these books, I will insert them here. TOPIK has very, very good books for all of the grammar that you need for the test and all of the vocabulary on all 3 levels. So there's Chogup, Kogup and Chungup. So Chogup, Chungup, Kogup. Okay. Korean library. Going to Korean library and picking all the books you like and reading them. Not all, just anything, any page you think it's interesting, read it, get a lot of sources, just you need to surround yourself with the language. So books, topic preparation books, Korean language books, there is some Korean tales with a tiger, you can use that if you want to, a lot of grammar books, Hanja dictionaries, any Hanja dictionary you want. I already made a video on how I learned Korean and I recommend books there and the sources, so you can check that out. So a Hanja dictionary for listening practice, I would recommend looking up Korean YouTube, drama, the music, and also Podbang. This is my favorite podcast app, Podbang. There is a lot of cool podcasts that you can listen to. So Podbang, Naver News or any news sites. I will insert some of here so you can choose from. But yeah, any news. There is something like opinion in Korean. So this is like just I believe the writer or the journalist writes their opinion on various topics. And there is something like column, which is also a very short articles on various topics. Sometimes I read about food and that was really fun because I also learned a lot of new words. But you can also use politics, society, culture in Naver News or any news sites that I will link over here. You can check them out. Also, I recommend you flashcards, checking out again Korean site or the official topic site, just to get familiar with the exam itself and to not have any surprises when you actually pass the test, because that will be very, very inconvenient. And then, yeah, that is it for the recommendations. So that is it that I have for you guys in today's video. I hope that these tips were helpful for you and you can get something for yourself out and prepare for the TOPIK exam. Don't worry, don't stress, take this exam seriously, prepare, I would say give your all. 열심히 하세요. And yeah, I would appreciate you guys if you could comment on which tip was the most helpful or your own tips down below so that we can share. When I will be taking TOPIK again to aim for the level 6, I will make a video on how I prepare for that, because I plan to prepare a little bit differently, obviously, because this is much, much harder. But yeah, thank you so much guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. 다음에 봐요.